ZMX 954 and Sun Radio 1206. I'm Stephen Juana del Sol. Take care and God bless the Philippines. The Worship Hour is a Christian contemporary music bulletin of the Philippine Christian Family Broadcasters. All songs featured are duly owned by its respective groups and individuals. Duplication and illegal broadcast of this episode is strictly prohibited. Katotohanan ng salita ng Diyos ang aming batid. Sa basahing papawid at naglilingkod mula sa Maynila, ito ang Morning Star Radio Incorporated.
Manatili ka sa amin, Panginoon, manatili ka sa amin.
702 DCJS Jesus Saves. Kakapay mo sa katotohanan. You're listening to koolFM. koolFM is a TVH Group of Networks radio station. Sondo's greatest hits are here.
Just in time. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Hello Philippines or Hello Pilipinas. Today is Saturday, July 13, 2024. What did I just drop? Oh, it's just my power bank. Whoops. But yes. Where's? Oh yeah, there it is. But yes, a fellow good morning, and yes, today is Saturday, July 13, 2024, and yeah, we will be getting into a lot of what's new here, and of course, we will get into the latest. We will get into the latest news headlines with koolNews Early Edition. All right, so now let's get into the changes so far. So starting July 15, there'll be some significant changes to koolFM programming. So koolFM will be signing on early now at 5:30 a.m. on every daily. So yeah, koolFM will be signing on daily now. We'll be signing on daily at 5:30 a.m. starting July 15, because we are making some program changes for weekends too. So you can expect some changes with koolNews Early Edition being with that set program being moved to 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. starting July 15, and there will be a paid programming from Philippine Christian Family Broadcasters on koolFM that will both occupy the 5:30 a.m. time slot. So Grace to you will be the 5:30 a.m. weekday paid programming slot, while Renewing Your Mind will be the weekend paid programming slot. The 6 a.m. on weekends stays the same, because yes, the worship hour continues to be aired. Other than that, that's all for some significant changes here. But also, before I forget, I just received the word that there are also some changes coming to Saturday primetime programming, and that will soon no longer be called weekend sessions for whatever reason. But there is already a lot of changes already on koolFM anyway. So yeah. So let me just go quickly adjust the schedule on my Excel right now since I'm here. Let me just do that now. Okay, but yeah. So what is it going to replace the weekend sessions with Chit, right? Well, it's not going to be replaced with Um, hang on. It's now going to be replaced with Pinoy Zone with Chit Chat. So that's the replace it to Weekend Sessions with Chito. So let me just do that now. Pinoy Zone, there it is. Chit Chat. Yep. And then I have to also pick a new color. So let me just do that right now. Yeah. Okay. I will be also be changing colors here too. So let me just, where is it? There it is. Watercolors. Wait a minute. No, that's not it. Oh right, I have to just power toys. So I think that will do. Let me just double click on that. Oh, it opened the whole window. Let me just click once, I guess. Okay, color picker. Color picker. Alright, so still loading. You know what? I will just do a quick shortcut to that one. Alright, let's see. Okay, there we go. It finally loaded the load color picker. There we go. So finally, now should pick some interesting colors. So that's nice, I guess. Where is it? I'll just go there. Pick that one. Yeah, and then you can copy the next color. Okay. Let me just apply here more colors. Right. Let me paste it here. Oh shoot! No, that's the wrong one. There we go. So I need to change the color for the classic kits too, because it's going to conflict with the Pinoy Zone color, so I need to change it too. Let me just quickly change that. Right, there we go. Alright, that's going to do it. Now I'll just go ahead and publish the update schedule. We'll just double check if we can sure it's all good. Yup, all good guys. Okay, now let me just publish the schedule real quick. Let me just go ahead and go click the map here. And then I'll post it on all of the respective channels. I think version 3.0 probably. Okay. The schedule of okay. Alright, let's just do the same. Revised. Let me just also pin it here. Also unpin the old school schedule thing here. There we go. And I'll also post it in our internal channels too. Uh, all right, that's been taken care of. So as you can see in the Yo server, we have we have some changes to the programming compared to last month. So you will now notice, as I said before, there will now be koolFM. I'm sorry, I mean koolFM early edition will no longer be at 5:30 to 7, but rather 6 to 9 now. So this is because part of the changes we have decided from the news division that early edition will be instead be moved to 6 to 9. That means 5:30 a.m. slot will now be occupied by PCFB's paid program, which is great to you. So yeah. So I don't know if I can show you there. Let me just hopefully if I can open my Excel again, that will be great. Oh, my name. Oh no. Oh no, my name is showing. Let me just switch the name real quick. Just to protect my identity. There it is. And then I can start. I can show you those changes to the schedule. Let me just quickly show you now. Okay, I think it's still loading there. Okay, there we go. Let's just go to we don't need yeah, okay. So if you see, as you can see in the schedule, let me just get my TV here for the I don't know. Well, let's see if we have some screen sharing here live here. Oh, that's it. There we go. We are seeing some. We do see some thing here. Let me just move my TV here for my Hello Pilipinas preview. But yes, as you can see, we have some. Again, we have some changes to koolFM schedule. So over here is of course the off-air thingy. 5:30 is where we are going to start here because 5:30 is now the daily sign-on time for koolFM. So that means we're finally going to become consistent with the schedule here, lineup here. So 5:30 slot, all of which, whether regarding weekdays and weekends, will be occupied by Philippine Christian family broadcasters for the 30-minute paid programming. For weekdays, it's Grace to You, Renewing Woman on weekends, 6 a.m. The worship hour, same for Sundays, so it's both Saturday and Sundays. And here is the main significant change right here. Previously, koolFM Early Edition aired from 5:30 to 7. Now it has been moved to 6 to 7, 6 to 9. So that means Music Zone with Asphere is losing 2 hours, and it will run until 12. It will run up from 9 to 12 noon, including koolNews at 11. So that's main significant changes to koolNews Early Edition and Music Zone with Asphere. The same. Of course, after Hello Pilipinas, there will be some Japanese and anime hits that we will be playing on the radio station. And then 11 a.m. is the usual automated music station. And then and the weekdays, well, currently it's sitting on music automation, but on weekends you do get some some playlists that will be, or I could say rather weekend playlists. So on Saturdays, From 12:30 to 2, you'll be hearing a classical melodies, which means classical music. And on Sundays from 12:30 to 2, you will hear some easy listening jazz music. And from 2 to 4, you'll get to hear the old love songs with Siesta Musica featuring Dream Car, who is also the uh, co-host of Asper's Cafe. So you'll be joining with Dream Car for the fun facts and stuff. So he will be the DJ while the music automation software Play It Live will be handled by me. So that's for Siesta Musica from 2 to 4 on Saturdays. And of course on Sundays it stays the same, but previously it used to be 3 to 5, but due to the coolness at 4, we move it to 2 to 4. So disco flashback, of course the songs stay the same, so we have the same playlist, but you get to hear the disco songs every Sundays from 2 to 4 with disco flashback. Of course, we have an hour-long newscast or news bulletin, which is coolness at 4, and rock weekdays with GJG, which means he's making a comeback starting this Monday. So he was absent for personal reasons, but now he's getting ready to return to his program with rock weekdays. So yeah, you can expect to hear some rock songs from 5 to 6 on weekdays with rock weekdays with GJG. And on weekends, of course, stay the same with because K music means you can hear the K-pop music every weekends from 5 to 7, including coolness at 6 p.m. So here it is. So yeah, of course we have the usual coolness at 6, and on weekdays it's an hour of music automation, followed, and then after that, Asper's Cafe at 7:30 to 8:30, Hangout with Mamon from 8:30 to 10:30 or 10, depending on how Mamon ends his program. So including coolness Spartan as well. Alright, now for Fridays, so yeah, to clarify, both Asper's Cafe and Hangout with Mamon will be from Monday to Thursday, while on Fridays, because due to Wawa Willy, we will not be airing on Fridays along with Hang Out with My Mom. So for Pop Fridays, so you get to hear the 2010 pop songs, or golden pop hits with Pop Fridays with Lisa Magabat. So that's also the same DJ who does the K music on weekends. And now let's get into the main part here. Pinoy Zone with Chit Chit. Yes, that's a brand new programming block, as you can see, or I should say brand new Saturday programming music block replaced the weekend sessions with Chico. So Pinoy Zone is where you can listen to all OPM songs on Saturdays from 7 to 9. So that's hopefully going to be in effect by next week. So hopefully, good luck to DJ Chit Chit for that. And of course on Sunday, Sidwich Sunday of course stays the same. So of course 9 to 9:30 will be 9 to 9:30 will be coolness prime time on Sundays to Thursdays, while it will be an hour long on Fridays and Saturdays with with how do I say this? With an hour long because of And my Tulugan, of course. Oh, I also forgot to mention, since Talk with Sen is returning on air on July 20, I will have to make some significant changes as well with this one. So let's do that now. I don't know what the new color and new logo will look like, but yeah. Let me just adjust that real quick here. Maybe it will be some of this color here. Maybe, who knows? I don't know. I can't pick a good color for here. Anyways, this will be Talk with Sen. But yeah, as far as I'm aware, with the statement that with from as far as I'm aware from the statement that July 20 episode will have its episode extended until 1. So I hope that's not permanent, but it will still be until 12:30 as far as I know. So anyways, there you go. So that will be this will be finalized for good this time. So I'm gonna have to delete the freaking schedule I reposted, but here it is. So yeah, let's continue here. So again, an hour-long news bulletin for Fridays and Saturdays with koolNews Prime Time. And after that, it's my Tulagan with the Master Geo. That is if my Tulagan will be returning next week. And then we have Talk with Sam. So there you go. The rest here stays the same, except we have a name change which used to be Pop Sundays. Now it's Popping Rapping Sundays with TCP. So there you go. That's the new name for Pop Sundays. Otherwise, some format changes. You still get the pop, but now you get the rap, hip hop songs on Sundays too. All right, so there you go. We have now completed a restructuring schedule, as you can see. Once again, 5:30 to 6:30 will be paid programming. 6 to 9 will be koolNews early edition on weekdays. 6 to 7 will be the worship hour on weekends. 7 to 9 will be Hello Pilipinas on weekends. 9 to 12 will be Music So with Asphere, including koolNews at 11 on weekdays. 9 to 11 will be Japanese and anime hits on weekends. 11 to 12 will be Music Automation on weekends. koolNews at noon, 12 to 12:30. 12:30 to 4 will be Music Automation on weekdays. 12:30 to 4 will be Classical Melodies on Saturdays. Easy Jazz on Sundays. 2 to 4 will be CSF Musica with Dream Car on Saturdays. Disco Flashback on Sundays. koolNews at 4 will be from 4 to 5 daily. 5 to 6 will be Rock Weekdays with GGG. 5 to 7 will be Lisa Monkabot. What happened here? Okay, for some reason, what I'm seeing on the live stream is that the Roblox stopped working, I guess. That is weird. Hopefully that will be remedied here. I'm just waiting for the live stream to be fixed. There we go. That is perfect. Okay, so let's continue now. So 5 to 7 will be the key music on weekends with Lisa Monkabot, including koolNews at 6 p.m. And yeah, koolNews at 6 will be from 6 to 6:30 daily. 6:30 to 7:30 will be Music Automation on weekdays. And 7:30 to 8:30 will be Asper's Cafe, Monday to Thursday. Same for Hangout with Momon, 8:30 to 10:30, including koolNews Prime Time. On Fridays, it will be Pop Fridays with Lisa Monkabot from 7:30 to 9. And on Saturdays, it will be Pinoy Zone with Chit Chat from 7 to 9. Sidworm Sunday, which is on Sundays from 7 to 9 as well. Now, for koolNews Prime Time, for Sundays to Thursday, it will be a 30-minute long newscast from 9 to 9:30, an hour long, which is from 9 to 10 on Fridays and Saturdays. And 10 to 11:30 will be My Tulagan for Fridays and Saturdays, and Talk with Sen at 11:30 to 12:30. Yes, 11:30 to 12:30 on Fridays and Saturdays. Now for Sundays, 9:30 to 11 will be the Popping Rapping Sundays with TCP. And now for Monday to Thursday, after Hangout with Momon, it's 30-minute Music Automation. And finally, to finish off the broadcast of koolFM, you'll be hearing the classic hits from Sundays to Thursdays. That's from 11 to 12, or 11 to 11:55 rather. And after that, it's off air So that's really it. So again, expect the changes to go live starting August 15th. Alright, so now it is 25 minutes after 7, and we will get ready for the news articles coming up on koolNews Early Edition. So stick around, people. We will be right back. Stay tuned.
Live from Cool Studios, this is koolNews Early Edition.
Good morning and welcome to koolNews Early Edition. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. led the integration and energization of the National Grid Corp of the Philippines 500 kilovolt transmission line that can deliver 8,000 megawatts of electricity for power plants in Bataan and Zambales. This transmission project attests to the transformative power of collaboration between the public and the private sector to be able to attain a stable, reliable, and resilient power supply for the country, he said. Marcos added it will also help India's administration's thrust to transition to renewable energy to mitigate the impact of geopolitical uncertainties and, of course, the effects of climate change. The chief executive also ordered the Department of Energy and NGCP to finish other 70 other transmission line projects in the pipeline. I directed DOE and the NGCP to complete the over 70 transmission projects on time, particularly the Pantagas-Mindoro Interconnection Project and the Northern Luzon 230 kilovolt loop, he said. The transmission line took 7 years to complete and an approved cost of 20.94 billion pesos, but it will also connect with other projects such as the battery energy storage system in Limay and the Bataan to Cavite Interlink Bridge. It will also serve as a virtual corridor for the 5,080 megawatts and the additional 2,554 megawatts of committed power generation projects in Bataan and Zambales. The project involves over 275.6 circuit kilometers of overhead lines supported by nearly 395 towers and 2 new substations. Tony Almenda, president of NGCP, assured power consumers in the Luzon grid of a secure and stabilized line that can handle power from more generation plants. This critical backstone provides a new high-voltage link capable of transmitting a total of 8,000 megawatts of power from power plants in Bataan and Zambales, Almenda said. The line is ready to serve and benefit the 59 million households and other power consumers in Luzon, he added. However, according to the Philippine Statistics Authority, the total number of households in the entire country reached only 26 million and may increase by around 3 million in next year's national survey. Nonetheless, the NGCP assured consumers that the energization of the new line should prelude power outages similar to those in February on Panay Island and in southern Luzon last April. Cynthia Alabanza, spokesperson for the NGCP, said that as long as power plants do not trip, the grid power has a boosted network of transmission lines to deliver electricity, which can avoid widespread outages. Vice President Sara Duterte quipped about appointing herself as the designated survivor during President Marcos' third State of the Nation address doesn't sit well with ranking leaders of the House of Representatives, who called it a tasteless joke and a sign that she could no longer be trusted. In separate statements on Friday, a day after Duterte made the call of the Gulf remarks, Senator Deputy Floor Leader and Pampanga Representative Aurelio Gonzalez Jr., together with members of the so-called Young Guns Coalition, cheated Duterte for alarming the people with insinuations of a bombing during the president's annual SONA. This is the first time the top leaders of the 300-strong House of Representatives openly criticized Duterte, whose resignation from Mr. Marcos' cabinet as Education Secretary takes effect on July 19. We don't even know if we can still trust her now. Whatever happened to some decency or at least being forthright in public service, Gonzalez said. There is no such thing as designated survivor in the Philippines. Is she spending too much time watching Netflix? She better read our constitution. It's as clear as sunlight, he added. Gonzalez was referring to the Netflix series Designated Survivor about a minor U.S. cabinet official who became U.S. president after a deadly bombing killed other members of the U.S. line of succession during the State of the Union address. The Netflix series took off from a real position dating back to the Cold War in the 1950s, given to a member of the U.S. cabinet or a top government official in the line of the presidential succession. As the vice president, Duterte is Mr. Marcos' direct successor in the constitutional line of succession, followed by the Senate President and the House Speaker. For former Senator Pamphilo Lacson, however, the Constitution does mandate designated survivors, but Congress still needs to pass legislation on presidential succession law. Citing Article 7 of the Constitution, which says Congress shall pass a law where it defines who the acting president will be, in case the line of three successors has gone, Lacson filed Senate Bill number 982 in August 2019 for the proposed, for the purpose, but has not passed. Also offended by the Vice President's Rafe Isabel Representative Ino Dai V. One Rider Party List Representative Roch Gutierrez, Davao Oriental Representative Chino Miguel Amario, La Union Representative Apollo Ortega V, Lanao del Sur Representative Zia Alonto Adong, Angko Party List Representative Jill Bangalon, and Zambales Representative J. Kinhong Hood all got them to Duterte for not being more prudent with her works. Excuse me. Controlling price inflation in the country remains the top national concern among Filipino adults, according to the latest Ulat ng Bayan survey released by Pulse Asia on Friday. The survey, conducted from June 17 to 24, found that 72% of Filipinos consider increases in the prices of basic commodities should be immediately addressed by the national administration. It is the only issue out of the 17 listed by the polling firm that is regarded as an urgent national concern by the majority of Filipinos. Excuse me. Increasing workers' pay came in second at 44%, while about a third slightly reducing poverty with 32%, and creating more jobs at 30% as their major concerns. The least national concern, on the other hand, was identifying as preparing to face any kind of terrorism with 2%, and changing the constitution at 1%. Concern over inflation is high among those in Mindanao at 77% and Luzon and Metro Manila at 74%. It is also relatively high in Metro Manila and the Visayas at 67% and 66% respectively. It is also high among socioeconomic classes, with Class E at 74%, Class D at 73%, and Class A, B, C at 64%. Of all urgent national concerns, inflation was also the only one cited by the majority of Filipinos at 57% as the issue they would like President Marcos to discuss or mention in his next State of the Nation address. This view is shared by to considerable majorities in all geographic areas, from 51% to 63%, as well as socioeconomic classes from 58 to 66%. Other issues Filipinos would like the President to discuss or mention during his third SONA include the issues of improving the national economy at 36%, creating more jobs or livelihoods at 35%, and the actions to be taken to stop the incursion of other countries into Philippine territory in the West Philippine Sea at 31%. The least topics or issues the respondents want the President to address during the SONA are changing the Constitution at 5%, restoring the people's trust in the government and its officials at 12%, and restoring the unity among national officials at 13%. Meanwhile, 32% of Filipinos believe the national administration has fulfilled its promise to boost tourism in the country. Around a quarter of adults believe that the administration's promises to strengthen the country's infrastructure at 26% and defense national sovereignty at 24% have been fulfilled. Pulse Asia also asked the respondents to rate the administration's performance on selected national issues. According to the survey results, the Marcos administration scored majority approval ratings only on protecting the welfare of overseas Filipino workers at 70% and responding to the needs of areas affected by the calamities at 64%. Approval is the plurality sentiment toward the latter's handling issues, including defending national territorial integrity at 48% approval score, promoting peace and fighting criminality, both 47% approval score. Disapproval for the incumbent administration's handling of four issues becomes more notable from March to June 2024. These issues are controlling inflation at 76 disapproval score, reducing poverty at 51% disapproval score, increasing workers' pay, and finding growth and corruption in government, both at 39% disapproval score. Pulse Asia interviewed 2,400 adult respondents nationwide and used a margin of error of plus or minus 2 percentage points at the 95% confidence level. Fugitive preacher Apollo Kibuloy is still in the Philippines. Interior Secretary Benhar Abalos said on Friday, a day after one of his co-accused was arrested in Davao City. Kibuloy is charged before the court with child abuse, sexual assault, trafficking, exploitation, and discrimination. There is always the possibility that they are already in other parts of the world, but from what we can see for now, they are just here. He is just here in the Philippines, Abalos said at the press briefing at Camp Camryn in Quezon City. We will assure you this, the Philippines is getting smaller for them. With how the police and the military operate, where are you going to hide now? He said. He renewed his call for Kibuloy to surrender. Just surrender, he said, adding that if he believes he is innocent, this is the time to present your evidence and your lawyers. We have procedures in court. If ever you can appeal, he further told Kibuloy. Abalos also told one of Kibuloy's legal counsel's lawyer Ferdinand Topacio, as well as former presidential spokespersons Harry Roque and Salvador Panalo, to advise Kibuloy to surrender instead of questioning the bounty from the private sector. Pauline Canada, one of his co-accused, was arrested at the Davao City subdivision on Thursday, following the announcement of a 1 million peso bounty for her. Canada was arrested in her home in Buhangin district at around 1 p.m. on Thursday, according to Israelito Toraron, Kibuloy's legal counsel. Abalos said the 1 million peso reward for Canada helped her in her arrest. In March this year, the Philippine National Police revoked Kibuloy's license to own and possess firearms based on Section 4G of the Comprehensive Firearms and Immunization Regulation Act, or Republic Act No. 10591. Foreigners who were able to acquire Filipino citizenship, particularly overnight, pay as much as 300 pesos to obtain fraudulent birth certificates, Senator Sharon Win Cantrillian said on Friday, as he called for the suspension of the policy that allows late registration of birth. Cantrillian cited the modus operandi after the National Bureau of Investigation uncovered a scheme allegedly used by some 200 Chinese nationals to secure certificates of live birth from the Civil Registry of Santa Cruz, Davao del Sur province from 2018 to 2019. He said the NBI's discovery was very concerning as it suggested the existence of syndicates within the Philippine Statistics Authority and local civil registries. In effect, these are 200 alias goals, Cantrillian said, referring to the controversial mayor of Baban Tarlac, whose identity and citizenship had become the central topic of an ongoing Senate inquiry on Philippine offshore gaming operators BOGOs. We are urging the PSA to think about this and provide solutions. These problems started with the birth certificates being issued by the PSA, he told reporters at the press briefing via Zoom. One of the proposals was to give them administrative power over the local civil registry. That's one of the reforms we're looking at. Cantrillian said he had also heard of similar cases in the Lanao province in Mindanao. We have more than 1,700 local government units. So just imagine how many civil registry offices you can approach to get a birth certificate, he said. The senator previously presented several documents purportedly proving that Guo's ruling was Guo Huangping, or that of a Chinese national who entered the Philippines in 2003 at age 13. Senator Rizal Tiveros, who has been leading the Senate inquiry on Pogos, earlier described the Guo as a Chinese national masquerading as a Filipino citizen in order to give cover to Pogos and their criminal activities. On Friday, Hontiveros said the reported issuance of bogus birth certificates to a group of Chinese nationals in Davao del Sur was yet another sign of the country's brutal regulatory system. The Senate will not allow them to completely destroy our system. That's why we need to implement reforms in every department and attach agency in the government, Hontiveros said in an interview with Radio DZBB. During a Senate hearing on Pogos on Wednesday, Gatchalian presented Guo's supposed school records from Grace Christian High School, which he said belied the mayor's claim that she was homeschooled at her father's farm in Bamban. Like Guo, he said the 200 Chinese citizens in Davao del Sur were able to secure birth certificates through the delayed registration of birth. Citing a source in the local Chinese community, the senator said the current price for obtaining a birth certificate and other government-issued identification cards was 300,000 pesos. Somebody is processing those documents. If you pay 300,000 pesos, you'll be given a birth certificate, a passport, and even a driver's license, he said. Once you have a birth certificate, it's easy to get other government-issued documents. Apparently, there's a modus for those who want to get a fake birth certificate. Senator Sharon Gatchalian on Friday said several billions of pesos had flowed into these 36 bank accounts of suspended Bamban Tarlac Mayor Alice Guo, who allegedly served as a conduit in financing the illegal Philippine offshore gaming operator POCO in her town. These are large amounts. We are talking about billions of pesos in the span of 3 years that entered Alice Guo's bank accounts, Gatchalian said at the media briefing. If you read the income statements of the Guo-related family corporations, they either reported losses or their profits were just 100,000 pesos or 200,000 pesos. On its face value, this is a red flag. It's really puzzling where the money is coming from, he said. According to the senator, Guo's bank accounts were among those covered by the freeze order that the Court of Appeals issued on Wednesday, 2 days after the Anti-Money Laundering Council filed an ex parte petition. The appellate court also included the mayor's helicopter, 12 vehicles, and 12 real estate properties in the freeze order. The court order covered a total of 90 bank accounts in 40 financial institutions, 27 land titles, and other high-value personal properties of Guo and 6 other individuals and 6 companies. They could not justify the source of the money that came from outside the country. That's a classic case of money laundering, Gatchalian said. They used that money for their criminal activities and to bribe people. That's why it's important for us to detect the flow of money so that it will not be used for criminal operations in our country, he added. Gatchalian said that the senators had been pressuring the AMLC to pursue appropriate legal actions as part of the government crackdown on POCO companies and their service providers. They finally filed a money laundering case against Guo, and then the next step is to file a petition in the CA to freeze the assets because the source was illegal, he said. In the case of Guo, Gatchalian said that the bulk of the funds were deposited to her bank accounts between 2019 and 2022. The fund transfers, he said, continued until her supposed role in the operations of Zone Huan Technology Incorporated came to light when the POCO complex in Bamban was raided by the Presidential Anti-Organized Commission on March 13. Guo had vehemently denied that she was involved with Zone Huan, saying that she had already divested from the real estate company that leased the 7.9 hectare property to the POCO company. But Gatchalian said the financial investigation conducted by the AMLC showed Guo's direct connections with Zhuang Huan and his predecessor, Hong Shen Gaming Technology Incorporated. He noted that she had received big amounts of money at the time when the POCO complex, which was then under Hong Shen's management, was being built. The senator had earlier estimated that the sprawling online gaming hub, which had 36 multi-story buildings, luxury villas, a swimming pool, and underground tunnels, cost at least 6.1 billion pesos to build. The AMLC, he said, had provided him with a very detailed report on its investigation of the financial transactions of Guo, her family, and their business associates. A big portion of the money came from China and was sent to different individuals and corporations here in the Philippines, Cachillo said. The funds originated from the accounts of numerous individuals and companies, according to him. For me, money laundering is one of the biggest crimes related to pogos. We have become a money laundering hub because it's easy to bring dirty money here, the senator lamented. What happened in Bamban is again an eye-opener because we're looking into the shortcomings of the government agencies and other stakeholders in implementing our processes against money laundering, he said. Kachilian suspected that some unscrupulous officials of private commercial banks had conspired with Guo and her alleged uh, accomplices in facilitating the questionable entry of funds from China. He pointed out that the AMLC received reports about Guo's suspicious bank transactions only recently after the Poco scandal broke out. If you look at if you look at the timeline, this started way back in 2019. I was looking at the transaction, billions of pesos entered accounts in a span of 3 years, the banks did not report it, Kajil said. Okay, whatever happened to the live stream? Okay, okay, that's interesting. If you look at the timeline, this started way back in 2019. Okay, I already got that. Okay, somebody from the branches of the banks could have connived. I also commercial bank from posting the fees holding bank the regulatory if certain projects we continue the entire the headline hope that means we will continue with the headlines later at around 8:30 approximately. So until then, we will now return to Hello Pilipinas shortly and we will be right back. Yes, it is now 2 minutes after 8, and if you have just joined us for Hello Pilipinas, well, good morning to all of you, and welcome to the program. Okay, so far we have recap covering the program schedule that we have that we can expect that we can expect to go live starting July 15th. Okay, oh yeah, by the way, I made a mistake saying August 15th, so whoops, not August 15th, guys, July 15th. To anyone of you who just joined the program, let me show you the schedule right now. So let me just go ahead and oops, not on there. Let me just show you the program schedule right now. To all of you who just joined Hello Pilipinas, you will be here until 9. So now let's take a look at the schedule. For those who are wondering what are the changes going to be, so 5:30 5:30 will now be a daily sign-on time for koolFM. So that means it's no longer 6 a.m. on weekends, but it's now 5:30 for all of them. So yeah, as I can see on the live stream, we are witnessing the schedule here. So 5:30 will be the paid programming of PCFB daily. So weekdays will be Grace to You and Renewing Your Mind on weekends. 6 a.m. to 7 will be the worship hour on weekends. koolNews early edition on weekdays. Hello Pilipinas 7 to 9 will be on weekends. Same for Saturdays and Sundays. I'm sorry, yeah. 9 to 11 will be Japanese and anime hits and music song with Asphere. 9 to 12 including koolNews at 11 on weekdays. 11 to 12 will be music automation on weekends. koolNews at noon will be from 12 to 12:30 daily. 12:30 to 2 will be classical melodies on Saturdays with easy jazz on Sundays. 2 to 4 will be siesta musical with Dream Car from 2 to 4 on Saturdays, while with disco flashback on Sundays. koolNews at 4 will be an hour-long news bulletin from 4 to 5, and after that is rock weekdays with GJG from 5 to 6 before koolNews at 6. And from 5 to 7 on weekends will be K-Music with Lisa Magabat, including koolNews at 6. 6:30 to 7:30 will be music automation on weekdays. 7:30 to 8:30 will be Asphyre's Cafe on Mondays to Thursdays. Hang out with Mamon, including koolNews prime time from 8:30 to 10:30 p.m. On Fridays it will be Pop Fridays with Lisa Magabat from 7:30 to 9 before koolNews prime time. Sundays to Thursdays will be koolNews prime time for a 30-minute long news bulletin, while it will be an hour long on Fridays and Saturdays from 9 to 10. So 9 to 9:30 on Sundays to Thursdays. Fridays and Saturdays will be an hour long from 9 to 10. And followed by and for Mondays to Thursdays it'll be followed by the continuation of Hangout with Mamon, and then 10:30 to 11 will be music automation. While on Sundays it will be popping rapping Sundays with DCP until that will be from 9:30 to 11. And then on Sundays to Thursdays it will be the classic hits. It will be the classic hits. It will be the classic hits to end the day of koolFM. That will run from 11 to 11:55. And now for the Fridays and Saturdays out there, it will be My Dual Gun with the Master Geo from 10 to 11:30, and followed by Talk with Sen from 11:30 to 12:30. So I can confirm that Talk with Sen will be returning on air by July 20 with an extended episode until 1 a.m. But other than that, it's until 12:30. And after that, it's a sign off. So there you go. Those are the schedule changes that you can expect starting July 15th. So, are you looking forward to the changes? Well, if you are, get ready. So yeah. All right, now let's get into the this page isn't responding. That's weird. Okay. Just there we go. All right. Let's just keep going here. All right. It's loaded now. Oh, wait for it. There it is. First, entertainment headlines. Morris Racal confirms split with Rico Blanco. Morris Racal confirmed that she and River Maya vocalist and chief songwriter Rico Blanco have parted ways while clarifying that there was no third party involved in their split. Racal announced the split in the Star Magic Spotlight press conference on Friday, July 12th, when asked if she saw a future with the musician. Before this question, she was already asked if Blanco had no problems with the popularity of her on-screen tandem with Antonin Genelins. I'm really scared as she started to cry. Ang daming kasi tanong about him and I'm tired of smiling and nodding. I'm so scared because if I announce it then it's real. The Can't Buy Me Love star then paused for a moment before confirming the split. Rico and I are over, she said. It's fresh. It's been a few weeks. It's the loneliest, emptiest week I have ever experienced in my life. Walang ako short answer for it. Hindi ko rin sila malabas ng iisang statement lang kasi hindi ganun dali. Sobrang complicated na situation. So this is what Morris Racal say, but keep that in mind. The volume is very low, so hopefully we can get to hear it here. Let me just connect my NAS MIDI real quick. Alright, it's connected. Hopefully just double check. There we go. There we go, perfect. Okay, so now let's hear what she has to say.
I'm so scared because if I announce it, then it's me. Yeah, Rico and I am. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Okay lang ba mag-share ako ng news? Kasi parang emotional ka. It's fresh. It's been a few weeks. loneliest and his weeks I've ever experienced in my life.
So, I know, may pinagdadaanan ka na. Pero paano ka nagko-cope up ngayon?
Nanonood lang ako ng Bluey.
Yup, there you go. That's what she said. Despite their breakup, Rocco chose to look on the brighter side, that sharing that she and Blanco had a 5-year relationship that was so beautiful and so full of love. Rico and our universe was so beautiful. It was full of love, laughter, music, everything. It's spontaneity, everything. So 5 years namin together, we were always on the same page. Always on the same page. But I don't know what happened to me. Without disclosing anything in particular, the actress admitted that she turned to the next page and saw a new perspective in life, which Blanco took like a man. Maybe I turned to the next page, saw a new perspective of life. I have visions of who I want to become, how I want to evolve. I'm so curious about the world. And the truth is, I'm going through changes. And alam natin na, yung change is either good or bad, she said. But what I hate about change is that it's inevitable. Hindi mo sila matatakasan. And wala ka ng ibang gawin kundi you have to face it and confront it kasi it's been in the back of my head. So yeah, I told Rico about it. I told him my promise, my issues sa buhay, and he took it like a man. He took it like a man. She continued. Rocco shared that she and Blanco then had a very difficult talk about the matter while disclosing that it had something to do with her many questions about life. Despite this, they ended the relationship very politely, filled with love and understanding. It was a very difficult talk because I love him so much. I love him and he loves me. But I have so many questions about my life, she said. And how would I go on sa buhay about him when I have so many questions about me, my sense of self? It was so difficult, but it was a very polite separation. And to the very end of our relationship, it was still full of love, full of understanding, and Rico is one of a kind, she added. Still emotional, Raquel said that while she wishes to skip her 20s, she has to face her problems and acknowledge the changes in her life. If could only skip through my 20s, but I can't. I have to face it. I have to sit with my feelings and acknowledge my changes. Raquel firmly stated that this will be the last time she would address her breakup with Blanco, which she stressed out as solely between her and him. She also appealed to the public to refrain from making any speculations about their split. This is the last time I will talk about it. Since while we're at it, I really like to humbly ask the public to look at us, Rico and I, with understanding and love because we're both grieving. She said, please don't direct your hate towards Rico because he's too precious for that. If you guys are ready to throw some punches, I am willing to take them. The Sandali singer vehemently denied when asked if there was any third party involved and if her love team partnership with Jenny's had something to do with her split. Attorney is out of the picture. It's just me and Rico, she said. If I could still talk to him every day, I would. Ang hirap lang mag-pretend, ang hirap din mag-construct ng sentence na alam mo naman totoo, hindi ka okay. Raquel and Blanca were together for 5 years, but it was only in June 2021 that they made their relationship public. The talent manager of Ivana Wally said prior commitments prompted the actress nearing exit from the ABS-CBN TV series, but the Kuyapo dismissing rumors that she was removed from the show due to her attitude problem. Through DJ J. Hario's Showbiz Sideline segment of Teleradio Servicio last July 8, talent manager Perry Lasigan responded to claims allegedly made by a certain personal assistant against Alawi. The unnamed personal assistant apparently claimed that Alawi was often unavailable for tapings and that she would abruptly need to set this plus to extend her filming hours. Excuse me. Kumakalat na yun online na attitude itong si Eva na at kaya mawawala sa pagkuyapo ay dahil sa kanyang attitude. DJ J. High Hoto Lagsigan through a text message. Lagsigan in response explained From the very start, 3 months lang dapat talaga ang kanyang pag-i-stay na sabing teleserye. 3 months ang kanilang napagkasunduan at nung okay si Ivana. Lansigan noted that the talk between Alawi and the staff of the TV series happened sometime in August last year during the height of the wedding celebration of former cast member Lovie Poe. Pero dahil na-click ang tampalan ni Bubbles at ni Tangkol, na-extend at nagdadagan pa ng maraming taping. Lansigan continued, referring to Alawi and lead star Coco Martin's characters. Excuse me. Hanggang sa hindi na po kinaya ng schedule bilang meron din pong mga prior commitments si Ivana, mga shoots, vlogs, etc. na naohan ng kanyang management. Hindi na kakayanin talaga ni Ivana, the talent manager added. Lansigan stressed that they had made several adjustments on Alawi's prior commitments for her to attend to her responsibilities in Padang Quiapo. Lansigan also belied claims that Alawi already had her last taping for the TV series, saying she still has taping schedules until Friday, July 12th. Alawi, as well as the production of Padang Quiapo, have yet to comment on the matter as of this Friday. Alright, that is all for the local showbiz. Now let's move on to international Hollywood, shall we? Let's go on now. Give me a second. Alright, so first headline for international headlines. Entertainment. First international entertainment headlines now. Well. Cap is back as Marvel Studios has released the first trailer for Captain America: Brave New World, the fourth Captain America movie and the first starring Tony Mackie's flying superhero, Sam Wilson, formerly known as Cap's sidekick, the Falcon. Mackie takes the Cap mantle over from Chris Evans' Steve Rogers, who famously starred in the previous 3 Captain America movies and the 4 Avengers movies. At the end of 2019, Avengers Endgame, Steve bids farewell to his fellow superheroes and goes back in time to spend a new life with his beloved Peggy Carter. He gives his ironic vibranium shield to Sam, who vows to do right by the world-famous hero. In the new trailer, Sam is greeted by Harrison Ford's U.S. President Theodore Roosevelt, who wants to make Captain America a U.S. agent. The action heats up quickly as the superhero stops a would-be assassin at the White House. The trailer ends with a quick look at the new character, Red Hulk, another gamma-irradiated monster who is the alter ego of Thunderbolt Ross in the Marvel Comics. It's unclear if the fourth Captain America movie will follow the same storyline as the comics do. The first time Marvel fans saw Sam suit up as Camp was in the Disney Plus TV series The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Sam teams up with Sebastian Stan's anti-hero Bucky Barnes, aka the Winter Soldier, to take down a group of terrorists. The show received praise from fans and critics alike, in addition to 5 Emmy nominations. Captain America: Brave New World will be the first time Mackie returns to the Marvel Universe. The cast includes his Falcon and Winter Soldier co-stars Danny Ramirez as the new Falcon, and Carl Lumbly as Isaiah Bradley, Shia Harris as the Israeli superhero Sabra, Giancarlo Esposito as a mysterious villain, and Ford taking the role of Thunderbolt Ross from the late William Hurt. The movie also includes an MCU throwback by bringing back Liv Tyler as Betty Ross and Tim Blake Nelson as the leader from the Incredible Hulk movie. Julius Onah directs Captain America Brave New World, which was written by Malcolm Spellman, Dylan Mookson, and Matthew Arthur. The film hits theaters next year on February 12, 2025. All right. Well, I think I think that is everything for now with the international entertainment now. Now, Stephen has sent us the link about the esports thing, so we will cover that right now on Hello Pilipinas. So, excuse me. Excuse me. I'm sorry. There it is. Saudi Arabia, ladies and gentlemen, Saudi Arabia will host the inaugural Esports Olympics in 2025. The International Olympic Committee said on Friday. The International Olympic Committee (IOC) today announced that it has partnered with the National Olympic Committee of Saudi Arabia to host the inaugural Olympic Esports Games 2025 in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The body said. The proposal will be made to the IOC session, which will be held on the eve of the Olympic Games Paris 2024. Excuse me. The duration of the partnership between the IOC and the Saudi NOC will be 12 years, with Olympic Esports Games held regularly. Riyadh is already to host the Esports World Cup in July and August, when 2,500 gamers will battle for $60 million in prize money. The IOC, in its perpetual request to reconcile Olympic tradition with attempts to attract a younger audience, held an annual Olympic Esports Week in Singapore in June 2023, consisting of 10 mixed gender category events. Last October, the IOC set up an esports commission chaired by Frenchman David Lapartent, the president of the International Cycling Union, to consider a dedicated competition. However, IOC President Thomas Bach has said in the past he does not see esports as part of the traditional Olympics. With respect to esports, our values are and remain the red line that we will never cross, he said. Nevertheless, he expressed his delight that the esports games had a natural home in Saudi Arabia. We are very fortunate to be able to work with the Saudi NOC on the Olympic Esports Games because it has great, if not unique, expertise in the field of esports with all its stakeholders, Butch said in a statement. The Olympic Esports Games will greatly benefit from this experience. By partnering with the Saudi NOC, or National Olympic titles on the program, the promotion of gender equality, and engagement with the young audience, which is embracing esports. Prince Abdulaziz bin Turki Al Faisal, Minister of Sport and President of the Saudi Arabian Olympic and Paralympic Committee, said he was happy his country was part of sporting history. Saudi Arabia is usually excited by the prospect of partnering with the IOC and helping to welcome a completely new era for international sport, he said. We believe that to take part in the Olympic Games is one of the greatest honors any athlete can achieve. And we are proud to support the writing of a new chapter in Olympic history that has the potential to inspire new dreams and new ambitions for literally millions of athletes around the world. Excuse me. Conservative Saudi Arabia's bid to become a sports powerhouse is part of a larger attempt to soften its luxury image. Excuse me. That rebranding is central to the success of its Vision 2030 economic and social reform agenda, designed to prepare the world's biggest crude exporter for a prosperous post-oil future. Last year, the Kingdom hosted its first ATP Tour event with the Next Gen Finals. It has also hosted exhibition matches pitting Novak Djokovic against Carlos Alcaraz and Arna Sabalenka against Ons Jabeur. In early January, Saudi Arabia appointed Rafael Nadal as ambassador of the Saudi Tennis Federation. The country, which hosts a Formula One and MotoGP Grand Prix, as well as the Dakar Rally Raid, has recruited a large number of top football players to its national league in recent years. The kingdom has also hosted a series of headline-grabbing box matches, including the heavyweight unification bout between Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury early this year. And there you go. That's the esports news for esports gamers out there who might be interested in to take part of its first esports Olympics. All right, viewers and listeners, it is now 28 minutes after 8, and we will continue with koolNews early edition coming up on Hello Pilipinas. So stick around. We will be right back.
Live from Cool Studios, this is koolNews Early Edition.
Welcome back to koolNews Early Edition. The Philippines will continue to push back against China's aggressive actions in the West Philippine Sea, Manila top security officials said, adding that the government has the option to file another bureau case against China's violation of Philippine sovereignty. National Security Advisor Eduardo Ano made these remarks at a forum on Friday, which marked the 8th anniversary of the bureau ruling that invalidated Beijing's sweeping claims in the South China Sea. Yet since the July 12, 2016 ruling by our Bureau Tribunal, China has steadily increased its presence in Philippine waters, resulting in coercion and harassment at the greater risk of sparking violent incidents, as Ano himself acknowledged. The closest that China came to instigating open conflict was the June 17 assault by its Coast Guard on Filipino troops during their resupply mission to Agadir Sagatomo Shoal. During that confrontation, China Coast Guard personnel wielded bolos, knives, and other weapons, threatening Filipino troops. They also rammed out their rubber boats against those of the Philippine Navy, which led to one Navy man losing his right thumb. Ano, a former chief of the Armed Forces of the Philippines, said, "We will continue to stand our ground and push back against coercion, interference, malign influence, and other tactics that seek to jeopardize our security and stability." He said the April ruling is not and will never be a mere piece of paper, referring to how former President Rodrigo Duterte described the April Award in 2021. Ano, at that time, was Duterte's Interior Secretary. He said filing another April case against China remained an option for the government. It will depend, of course, on the decision of the President. All of that is included in the discussion, Ano said. Former Supreme Senior Senate Associate Justice Antonio Carpio agreed that the government should file new arbitration cases against China. Beijing is actually in dread of the Philippines filing another arbitration because they could not prove their expensive claims in the South China Sea, Carpio said in the same forum. Meanwhile, Honduras Senator Risa Honduras said the country should commemorate July 12 of every year as well West Philippine Sea Victory Day, not only to celebrate Manila's landmark bureau case against Beijing, but also to remind the world of the Filipinos' ability to fight and push back with pride and dignity. The 2016 victory showed the world that a small country like the Philippines can legally, peacefully, and democratically stand up to a big already country like China, Honduras said in a statement. She said Beijing's continued threats and intimidations as well as the ruling are also a reminder to the world that all those who believe in the international rules-based order must actively come together to safeguard peace and security across the globe. Honduras had earlier filed Senate Resolution number 674, which proposed to declare July 12 as WBS Victory Day. This is also an opportune time to show our biggest aggressor, China, that the Philippines will stand as one in the fight for our sovereignty, she said. Meanwhile, residents of Palawan province took the initiative of celebrating WBS Victory Day. The celebration, led by the newly formed local non-governmental organization Luang West Philippine Sea, was highlighted by Governor Victorino Dennis Sogaretz signing of Provincial Ordinance number 3498 at the Provincial Capital Convention Center, officially declaring July 12 as West Philippine Sea Victory Day in the province. Under President Marcos' administration, the national government has shifted to a more assessor approach, essentially reviving former President Ninoy Aquino's policy, Sogaretz said. Consular Margrace Philip Alexis Abaida of Calayantam said that with the creation of the SWBS, the national government would have an additional support group for this cause. For Provisional Board Member President Isabella, this declaration of victory is not the end, but rather the beginning, a wake-up call for everyone. In Zambales, fishermen in Subic Town staged a fluvial protest carrying life-size replicas of the cover page of the April ruling to commemorate the anniversary of the victory. But fisherman Joe Ferre lamented that the April ruling remains meaningless as long as they are barred from entering the Lagoon of Scarborough Shoal, also known as Panandak Shoal or Badjo de Masilog, in the West Philippine Sea. It's been a long time since the decision was made, but nothing has changed. The situation is still the same, Ella told the Inquirer. Leonardo Garisma, president of the New Masilog Fishermen Association, Filipino fishermen continue to suffer at the hands of this CCG. We are still demanding that China respect our rights in the West Philippine Sea, especially in Scarborough Shoal, which served as our traditional fishing ground for decades, Corresma said. And China's latest accusation that the grounding of the PRP Sierra Madre in 1999 caused crop damage and pollution at Arikin Scarborough Shoal is just part of the disinformation campaign waged by Beijing in its maritime dispute with Manila. This was how an official of the Department of Foreign Affairs dismissed the study, recently released by the Chinese Ministry of Natural Resources. I think this is all part of the disinformation process that China has always projected, Foreign Undersecretary Maria Teresa Lazaro said on Friday. I think there's also many narratives that can come after that, and we just have to be ready. I guess this is something we expect because of the way they move, Lazaro said at a forum held by the think tank Strat-based ADR Institute to mark the 8th anniversary of the 2016 arbitral ruling that voided China's sweeping claims in the South China Sea, which Beijing refused to recognize. At the same forum, retired Supreme Court Senior Associate Justice Antonio Carpio said while the state of the World War II vessel PRP Sierra Madre may have indeed caused marine pollution, it all came to this because of Beijing's conduct in the West Philippine Sea, the parts of the South China Sea covered by the country's exclusive economic zone. If China will allow us to repair the ship, stop harassing our supply ships to repair the PRP Sierra Madre, then there will be no pollution at all, Carpio said. What is happening now in Arikin Shoal with respect to the PRP Sierra Madre that is eminently rusting doesn't compare at all to what China did in destroying 7 atoll reefs to build the artificial islands. Totally incomparable. The Arbitral Award said China caused irreparable harm to the coral reef system in this parties, Carpio stressed. According to a 2022 study by the Asia Maritime Transparency Initiative, MT, China's reclamation, dredging, fishing, and giant clam harvesting activities have damaged a total of about 90 square meters or 4,648 acres of coral reefs. Also at the trust-based event, the Philippines reached fresh assurance of support from the United States, Australia, and France on the arbitral ruling, which China had refused to recognize. Australian Ambassador He Keong-yu underscored the importance of a collective and multilateral approach to resolving the maritime conflict. China is pleased to be enhancing our civil maritime cooperation with the Philippines through our newly signed MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, including enhanced cooperation with the Australian Border Force and the Philippine Coast Guard, Yu said. As the Australian ambassador to the Philippines, I can tell this, you can count on Australia, Yu said. For U.S. Ambassador Mary Kay Carson, the 2016 ruling was not just a significant victory for the Philippines, but for the international community. It memorized vast maritime areas where all nations enjoy freedom of navigation and overflight under international law, providing the legal foundation for trade, investment, and economic activity to thrive in the Indo-Pacific region, Carson said. She also reaffirmed that Washington's security alliance with Manila remain ironclad and on hyperdrive. Meanwhile, French Ambassador Marie Fondanelle said the first draft of a visiting forces agreement between her country and the Philippines will soon be released. The negotiators did not commit to any specific timing, but maybe by September France will be in a position to issue the first draft and possibly start the discussions, she said. The partnership between France and the Philippines, two maritime blue nations of the Pacific region who share the values of democracy, the rule of law, who promote multilateralism and international law, is stronger and stronger, and you can count on us, Fondanelle said. And now for the international headlines. A landslide swept 2 passenger buses carrying more than 50 people into a swollen river in central Nepal early Friday, while continuous rain and more landslides were making rescue efforts difficult. Three survivors swam to safety, but rescuers by late morning had not found any trace of the buses, which likely were submerged and swept downstream in the Trisuli River. Nepal's rivers generally are fast flowing due to the mountainous terrain. Heavy monsoon downpours in the past few days have swollen the waterways and turned their waters smoky brown, making it even more difficult to see the wreckage. Home Minister Rabi Lami Hench told Parliament that 51 passengers were missing and more than 500 rescue personnel were assigned to the search operation. Elsewhere in the country, the 70 people have died and 3 more people were injured due to landslides in their districts in the past 24 hours, he said. The buses were on the key highway connecting the capital to southern parts of Nepal when they were swept away around 3 a.m. near Simatal, about 420 kilometers 75 miles west of Kathmandu. More landslides blocked roads to the area. In several places, Government Administrator Kehema Nanada Bihosal said. Additional rescuers and security officers, security forces were sent to help with the rescue efforts. Police and army personnel were searching using rubber ribs. Divers with gear were also dispatched, according to the TGON district police. The 3 survivors were being treated in the hospital, Bihosal said, adding that they reportedly jumped out of the bus and swam to the banks, where locals found them and took them to a nearby hospital. A third bus was hit by another landslide on Friday morning a short distance away from on the same highway. Buskal said the driver was killed, but it was not clear if there were any other casualties. Nepal's Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal said he was saddened by the news and expressed concern over recent flooding and landslides. He added that several government agencies were searching for the missing in a post on the social media platform X. On Thursday night, a landslide buried a hut and killed a family of 7 near the resort town of Pokhara. The family were asleep when the landslide crushed their hut and damaged 3 more houses nearby. Monsoon season brings heavy rains to Nepal from June to September, often triggering landslides in the mountainous Himalayan country. Meanwhile, the government has also imposed a ban on passenger buses traveling at night in the areas where weather warnings have been issued, according to the Home Ministry. And finally, we will get into cool weather in just a bit. Let me just open YouTube and search our weather service. Alright, so while we wait for cold weather, I will just go ahead and prepare the new songs that I will be playing for animating later. So I will keep my eyes on that one. Where's it? Whoops. Okay, release radar, there you go. Okay, I will be using my, you know it, I will be using the, thing, here it is. Now I'll go get the songs ready now for later. Alright, in the meantime, if the cool weather is ready, we will now get into the cool weather, brought to you by the weather specialist, Grace Castaneda.
Magandang umaga sa ating lahat. Ngayon ay July 13, 2024 at narito ang update ukol sa magiging lagay ng panahon sa susunod na 24 oras. Patuloy pa rin umiiral ang southwest monsoon o habagat dito sa kanlurang bahagi ng Southern Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao, kung saan ngayong araw ay magdadala pa rin ito ng mga malalakas na pagulan, lalong-lalo na yan dito sa may kanlurang bahagi ng Visayas at Mindanao. So pag-iingat po para sa ating mga kababayan dyan sa posibilidad ng mga pagbaha at pagguho ng lupa. At sa kasalukuyan po, wala tayong minomonitor or namamataan pa na sama ng panahon na maaaring makaapekto dito sa ating bansa, ngunit meron po tayong minomonitor sector ng mga cloud clusters. Dito yan sa may kanlurang bahagi ng Palawan sa labas ng ating area of responsibility. Maging dito rin sa may silangan ng Mindanao sa labas din po ng ating area of responsibility, kung saan yung mga kaulapan po na ito ay continuous monitoring tayo sa posibilidad na ito ay magkaroon ng sirkulasyon at maging isang low pressure area sa mga susunod na araw. So patuloy po tayong magantabay sa mga updates na ipapalabas ng Pag-asa. At para nga sa maging lagay ng panahon ngayong araw ng Sabado, maulap na kalangitan at mga kalat-kalat na pagulan ang mararanasan dito sa bahagi ng Occidental Mindoro at Palawan. Dulot po yan ng habagat. Samantala dito naman sa Metro Manila maging sa nalalabing bahagi pa ng Luzon, ngayong araw ay magiging bahagyang maulap hanggang sa maulap yung ating kalangitan. Sa pagsapit po ng hapon at gabi ay mataas pa rin yung tsansa ng mga biglaang pagulan, pagkidlat at pagkulog, lalong-lalo na po yan dito sa may kanlurang bahagi ng Luzon, kasama na po dyan ang Metro Manila. So kapag po tayo ilalabas, wag pa rin po natin kalilimutan yung mga pananggalang natin dito sa mga biglaang pag-ulan na ito. Agwat ang temperatura sa Metro Manila ay mula 26 to 33 degrees Celsius. Samantala sa bahagi naman ng Visayas at Mindanao maging sa bahagi din po ng Palawan ay patuloy pa rin po tayong makakaranas ng mga malalakas na pagulan, lalong-lalo na po yan dito sa Zamboanga Peninsula, Barm, Sultan Kudarat, maging sa bahagi din ng Misamis Occidental at Lanao del Norte. Dulot pa rin po yan ng habagat. Samantala yung nalalabing bahagi din po ng Mindanao, maging itong Western Visayas at Central Visayas at yung buong bahagi din ng Palawan ngayong araw ay patuloy ding makakaranas ng mga kalat-kalat na pagulan, pagkilat at pagulog, dulot pa rin po ng southwest monsoon. So muli po, pag-iingat para sa ating mga kababayan dun sa banta ng mga pagbaha at pagguho ng lupa. Samantala dito naman sa area ng Eastern Visayas ay meron pa rin tayong posibilidad ng mga isolated ng mga pagulan, dulot naman yan ng mga localized thunderstorms. Agwat ang temperatura sa Cebu ay mula 26 to 30 degrees Celsius at sa Davao naman ay 24 to 32 degrees Celsius. Samantala, para naman sa lagay ng dagat baybayin ng ating bansa, wala po tayong nakataas na gale warning, kaya malayang makakapalaot yung mga kababayan nating mga isda, pati na rin yung may mga maliliit na sasakyang pandagat. Ngunit iba yung pag-iingat pa rin po para sa mga maglalayag dito sa may kanlurang bahagi ng Southern Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao, kung saan magiging katamtaman hanggang sa maalon pa rin yung lagay ng ating karagatan. At dito sa Metro Manila, ang araw ay sisikat mamayang 5:34 ng umaga at lulubog mamayang 6:29 ng hapon. Patuloy po tayo magantabay sa updates na ipapalabas ng Pag-asa at para sa mas kompletong impormasyon, bisitahin ang aming website pag-asa.dost.gov.ph. At yan po muna ang latest dito sa Weather Forecasting Center ng Pag-asa. Grace Castañeda, magandang umaga po.
And that is it for koolNews Early Edition for today. As always, if you have any questions, I'm sorry, not questions. If you have any news tip you want to send us or feedback, you can send the email to us at tvh.philippines.news@gmail.com. And we will be back with more headlines later with koolNews at noon, koolNews at 4, 6, and koolNews Prime Time for an hour at 9 before Asphere's Coffee. Until then, that concludes the koolNews Early Edition. I am Asphere, and now back to Hello Pilipinas. All right, we have 6 minutes before we have 6 minutes left before we say before we leave the airwaves. Airways, yeah. So yes, right now I'm getting ready for the songs as it's being downloaded right now on my Spotify. So yep, and then I'll be putting it to anime Japanese hits. So speaking of which, I will now go to Anime News Network now. All right, so. Goals, Ben Cry cast members, guys. Goals, Ben Cry cast members. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Let me see if I can screen share it to you guys. Let me just do that now. So let's read this to you guys. Oh, so I can show you what kind of anime headlines we will be reading. So yeah, let's see if it's actually going to work or not. We will see. There it is. Now let's just open there. Oh boy! So first things first, we see here, Girls Band Quick cast members Mire, Natsu go on hiatus due to health. So they have announced on the official website on Friday, yesterday, that Mire and Natsu are going on temporary hiatus due to health reasons. The remaining three main cast members, Rina, Yuri, and Izuri, will continue to perform. They also explained that Mire and Natsu, who performed as Subaru Awa and Tomo Ebizuka, respectively, have been unable to make appearance and performance due to their poor health. After consulting with doctors, they determined that it will be difficult to continue performing in their current condition. The two are going on hiatus to prioritize their rehabilitation and recuperation. So there you go. So to the members out there who are part of Girls Band, right? Well, I have to say, just get well soon. Get well soon. All right, now, oh boy, it might be interesting to cover that, and also this too. So this will be the last. This will be that will be that, and we will call it here. Okay, so, yep. Go Ren and Girlfriend franchise gets its first adventure game. That's right. This is part of gaming news, guys. We just announced on Friday that Riji Miyajima's Ren and Girlfriend manga and anime are inspiring an adventure game that will release for the Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 4 this year. The game is titled Kanojo Okishimatsu, which he sent to Mitsugi no Kanojo. So it's in translated title, it's The Girl of the Horizon and Azure. Pre-orders will start on August 5th. We just will review more details about the game on that day. The game will feature a completely original story that takes place on an island in the summer where the 5 heroines will experience a part-time job for 1 week. That is interesting. That is interesting. Wow. Okay. Last one. While the Shin Megami Tensei RPG video game started off with a more cult following, the franchise has gained massive popularity since about the turn of the millennium, and the popularity has continued with the 2017 mobile game Shin Megami Tensei Liberation DX2. The game's latest event is no ordinary event, as you will take on monsters with the aid of characters of the Kuromagi Magica game. So that's interesting, and this is the trailer here. So they will be having an event, so that's going to be awesome to see that. Alright, that is all for that quickie anime news, and somewhat also kind of gaming news, but that's also nice, huh? Let's see if everything is ready now. Okay, it looks like it's done. Now let me just go ahead and get the music ready and put it for the anime, J-pop anime now. Let me paste that here and import it to, wait a minute, and import it to the playout software. Oh yeah, yep, 1 minute before 9, we'll get into the quote of the day in just a bit. I'll just go ahead and that is going to do it. Alright, now let's get into quote of the day, brought to you by Brainy Quote. Let's open that now. Today's quote of the day, we have, I fear confused power with greatness was that run you down. And that is it for Hello Pilipinas this morning. As always, thank you so much for joining us to start your weekend mornings with us right here on Hello Pilipinas. It is now exactly 9, and we will be back tomorrow from 7 to 9 right here on TVH Network, koolFM, and live streaming on TGON Productions and TGON News YouTube channels. Until then, I am Asphere. Have a good morning, stay safe, and take care, and happy weekend to everybody. See you later on koolNews at noon. Bye-bye!